A new millennium and a new look for the Auto Trader British Touring Car Championship. One driver you won't be seeing is 99 champ Laurent Aiello, but there are plenty of old and new faces battling to take the vacant crown. And battling is certainly the word. 1999 proved once again that the BTCC is definitely a contact sport. So who'll be best at rolling with the punches and delivering the knockout blows?
Richard Weidel, Menu, Ivan.
Honda, Ford or Vauxhall, and any of the drivers in it.
I think my friend Thompson.
I think it's just far too close to call.
Ivan.
If I had to tip somebody, then it's got to be me, yeah.
Trying to pick a winner out of that lot is as difficult as I've seen it. 3 works cars per team. On top of that, you've got 3 former champions, 2 of them in the same team in Ford, and changed regulations as well. That all combines to make this year's championship as competitive as you'd like.
James Thompson is one of the favourites.
Oh yeah, have some of that then.
But he knows it's going to be tough.
Yeah, it's looking very close, particularly with the addition of the weight penalties. It's going to even everybody up through the season, so I don't think you're going to see one runaway leader at all this year like we've had in the previous years. So it's going to be very close. Require a bit of cunning and a bit of guile, I think.
Making up Honda's all-star trio, a 1994 champion, Gabriele Tarquini, and 1997 Le Mans 24-hour winner, Tom Christensen. Alain Menu heads Ford's attack, and he reckons that an intense winter of testing will deliver the goods.
Just been fastest in the last Toka test before qualifying, and the Monday has been very quick everywhere we've been so far. I've been in the first 2 every time, so it's looking very good for this season.
Joining him are former sparring partners Richard Riedel and Anthony Reid.
If you get away with that, I'm going to have you. Oi.
Hey, but it's all harmony now. 98 champ Riedel switches from the departed Volvo team. Reid, meanwhile, serves his second term with the Blue Oval after a character-building 1999 campaign. Over at Vauxhall, Brands Meister Ivan Muller reckons the 2000 Vectra can do the business.
The car is much better this year. We have improved a lot the chassis and the engine as well.
Most competitive shot for Vauxhall for a few years.
For a few years, maybe, yeah. Definitely more competitive than last year.
Where's the big change?
Everywhere. We have changed everything. The mechanical stuff and the aero stuff as well. We have changed. I don't think there is many things from last year on the car.
And the rest of Vauxhall's lineup is all new as well. Jason Plato joins from Renault, and Vincent Rademacher makes the jump from Volvo. But it doesn't stop there. Indy King Matt Neal won a race last year, but he wants more this time round.
It requires a different way of driving than I've always done. You know, I've always had the instructions from my team, and I've always enjoyed going balls out. You know, every race, just let's go for it, treat it one race at a time. And I did that last year, and it paid off for a bit, but then we slipped back, and as the development of the new cars came on. But I suppose if you look at it on paper, we have got a chance with restricted testing and all that. I don't like to get overconfident, so I'm saying I don't know.
Chasing Neal for Indy honours is Colin Blair, and brand new for 2000 is Class B. More showroom than the Super Tourers, but the potential future of the BTCC. Last time the touring cars raced on the Brands Hatch Grand Prix circuit, it rained cats, dogs, you name it. They were falling from the sky. Back then, when they were paid to beat Ford, not race for it, Richard Riedel ended up in a rather undignified position, and Alain Menu took his Renault Laguna to victory. A case of déjà vu on the series return? Well, Menu's on pole position. Menu being so dominant in qualifying and in practice for this weekend's round. Alongside him, new boy Ricard Rydell will be well pleased to share the front row of the grid. That puts him ahead of one of the Ford drivers in Anthony Reid back on the third row. It's Ivan Muller on the second row with giant-killing Matt Neal alongside him. James Thompson, the first of the Hondas alongside Reid. Jason Plato, the second of the Vauxhalls. Gabriele Tarquini, welcome back to him in one of the Hondas as well. Then it's Christensen, Rademacher, independent Colin Blair, and then the first of the Class B cars, Alan Morrison, then James Kay, Mark Lemmer, and making up the rear of the grid, Mark Norton.
Ready for the start. Second now, the lights on the left-hand side of the screen. We'll see them go red in a minute. There they do, and the revs come up with them. Ready for a start, everyone on the rev limiter, and they're away. And Ricard Rydell's made a great start, dancing behind, right behind Alain Menu. Right on the outside of him, Ivan Muller is going very well as well. Side by side, fourth position. Matt Neal just held. Well, that's a good start for Menu. That's what he needed. Ricard Rydell on the left-hand side of the screen. Muller pressing very hard. Muller has just cut the nose off from Matt Neal. All round through it safely for the first time, are they? Yes, the Class B runners gathering them up. Cracking start for Menu. Really, really needed to keep Rydell at bay.
He did a great job on that sort of slightly adverse side of the track. Ricard Rydell did not have a good start, and he's under pressure from Ivan Muller coming into Surtees.
Big touch there. Somebody got clipped by one of the Hondas turning into Surtees. That's a bad place. Lose momentum. Meantime, this is really working out for Alain Menu, streaking ahead, jockeying for position down the middle of that very, very, very fast straight now. That's Colin Blair, the last of the independent runners. Side by side, a whole gaggle of Vauxhall. There's Jason Plato. Anthony Reid on the inside of him, Tom Christensen on the outside of him. Meantime, that's Ivan Muller now really moving up onto the back of Ricard Rydell, trying to put him under pressure. And here they go through Dingledell, race pace for the first time. Three abreast won't go through Dingledell. Christensen there just sorting himself out behind Reid. All the time that's happening, Alain Menu opening up a gap.
And that's how it stayed to the finish line for Switzerland's Alain Menu. So Alain Menu takes his second ever win for Ford. Well done, Alain. He's just ahead of Ivan Muller, who looked very threatening in the Vauxhall. Ricard Rydell completes the podium finishes on his debut for the Blue Oval. And then it's Jason Plato and Anthony Reid making the top five, very much a Ford and Vauxhall affair. So the first spoils of the new season go the way of Ford and Switzerland's Alain Menu. That was it as easy as it looked.
You know, I mean, starting from pole, it's always a bit easier. If you get a good start, then you can lead from the front, and then you can judge the pace. And the fact that Ricard and Ivan were fighting together allowed me to pull out a little gap.